Let me know in the comments if you can hear the music and hear me at the same time. Okay. All right, let's see who is coming on and who's available to chat. And I am hanging out in a really amazing space, which is full of beautiful wedding dresses. I'm at the office, but this is where I had a little room to meditate today and be. Okay, so I only have like 10 minutes. I really wanted to have a longer conversation about light work and what it does, how it works, how you can start connecting to it and using it. I'm turning this down a little bit. And if you're here watching, say hello. Let me know if... Okay. So, we live in a universe that is very mental, like based on the mind. And it's really easy to get caught up in thinking and thinking and thinking to the point that we are not necessarily living our intuition. Sorry, I'm going to add the light back on. So, because, you know, we can get caught up so horizontally with like, hey, gotta go get the kids at school, gotta make sure we got the snacks ready, gotta make sure they have everything in their backpack, gotta make sure the job works out, gotta make sure the bills are paid for. So this horizontal, constant, stressful, like energetic drain, it's pulling at us on repeat year after year after year. But even on like in a single day, you might experience quite a lot of, let's see, is it charging? Quite a lot of like feeling like your own energy isn't fully available for you, as if, you know, it's being used up. And so you feel drained and you don't feel like tall and connected and sort of infinite. You feel more like your energy is contracted. Yeah? So if you're watching the replay or you're watching me now, let me know. And I need to go plug in. I don't know why I got unplugged. 1 second. What happened? Okay, here we go. Okay, so it creates, like all the to-dos creates horizontal connections, yeah? It pulls at us horizontally. And light work is about remembering that we are beings of light. So it's like we reconnect vertically. And if I have time today, I'll do it. We reconnect through our feelers, our ability to feel energy, our ability to pull light into our chakra system. And we're able to let it come down from above you and also from the earth. So this energy comes into your aura, it comes into your being, and it expands you back up. Yeah? And there's a sense of stillness that comes over you. There's a sense of presence. There's a sense of being that is truly, really like free happiness. It's like it doesn't cost you anything. Yeah? It's like you get to feel this joy. You get to feel this sense of freedom by just moving energy in your own body. Okay? All right. I fell in love with lightwork because literally when I discovered it, it's like I had found true love, divine true love for the first time in my life. It was like, oh, this is what I was seeking. You know, like this is what my soul was longing for all these years. You know, this is what I really, really wanted. And it was simply to sit in stillness and to move my consciousness above me to the higher realm and to allow me witnessing the light come back into my body through my crown, my third eye, my throat, my heart, and my lower chakras. Okay? So this allowing light coming back in, allowing light from the earth, just having this movement of energy, it literally for me personally, helped me to get rid of any kind of low depression, apathy kind of vibe, okay? Now, the light is really useful because it also helps us go into sticky recurring feelings, and it allows those sticky recurring feelings to dissolve. Okay, a little bit more, a little bit more. So it's kind of like working out. You know, you're using this energy to do things with it. So I don't use meditation to quiet my mind. I actually think it's kind of a waste of time. Okay, I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't meditate to quiet my mind. I meditate every day, almost every day, to connect to the light and to let the light move through my body to clean my aura. The reason I do it, okay, this is maybe something no one really explained to you. And I've been meditating for, it's going to be almost 20 years because I'm actually 40 and I started in my early 20s. So almost 20. It's probably 18 years now that I've been meditating, which sounds crazy to me to say out loud, but that's the truth. I don't meditate to quiet my mind. The reason being is that what creates a lot of thinking is a lot of feeling. So the more you have feelings, the more you're going to be thinking. And the more you have thoughts, the more you're going to be feeling. So it's hard to meditate with a reactive, triggered nervous system. Like you almost kind of can't, because you're like trying to, like your body's trying to fight or flight or freeze. It's trying to have some kind of familiar relief. So I don't recommend meditating to quiet your mind. What I teach or what I facilitate, what I love to talk about, or I guess embody, is meditating to connect to a higher source of love and safety that moves through your body, and you experience this really embodied stillness where your intuition can kick in, your knowingness can kick in, your feeling of certainty can start coming in, because you're now no longer feeling tight and reactive, or you're no longer feeling tight and like constricted. You're feeling like an infinite being of love and an infinite being of like your soul's expanded. So if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, Alex, like you're not teaching me anything I don't already know, my next question to you is, well, but how often do you actually do it? Like if you have my aura brightener, how often do you actually use it? If you have my Meditating with Angels chakra CD, which really goes into your DNA and through light languages activates your DNA. So it's easier for you to awaken and it's easier for you to actually reach higher consciousness. Like how often do you freaking use it, right? So it's been collecting dust for maybe 10 years on your shelf, but use it, play it in the background of your lives and use it, even just one track, okay? So what motivated me to do this live is because I got a bunch of questions from a few groups about light work and how it works. And I'm like, how am I going to explain light work like in a post, right? You can't, it's impossible. So I have to walk you through it. So I really wanted to have a conversation. I don't know if the ladies can be live now. I really wanted to have a conversation where there's like questions and I get to answer. And so maybe we could do a Zoom call. I'll try to schedule one in the next week, where we can just really, I can give you the experience of really connecting to the light and having it move through your chakras. As it moves through the chakra system, it deletes and kind of like, it's almost like a little bit of a soap and like it cleanses it. So what does the light eliminate? I just want to be clear. So we are beings of truth. When we are calibrated to truth, the body's aligned. Okay? We can muscle test for truth, like I'm in France, my name is Alex, or I'm wearing a red orangey dress. Like the body's gonna muscle test, yes. Yeah, we're connected to truth. The body knows the truth and the untruths and the lies and the no's. So when the light starts to come in, it has this very intelligent design of being like, ooh, she's believing things about herself in her crown, in her throat, in her heart. That isn't true. I'm not good enough. That's not the truth. Now, did we emotionally decide that that was truth? Possibly. But when we work with the light goes in and starts to almost like create spaciousness in your cells so that you can begin to actually have more space to see your limiting beliefs, to observe them, and to realize that actually, where was I when I first thought this thought? And does the thought feels, does it feel good? If it doesn't feel good in my body, it isn't true. Okay? Whatever thought doesn't feel good is conditioning, is not the truth. Conditioning is a belief you took on when you were not old enough to really have discernment, and now it's running in your head like it's the truth. Okay. Anyway, so that's light work. The more you use it in your body, the more it's going to clean up your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, which is clearly hearing your guides, angels. Even you can hear, eventually, if you have very strong clairvoyance and you use it a lot, because they're all muscles, the light work clears your chakras, and your chakras connect you to your intuition. Okay, they're all connected. Your clairaudience you can get messages, you can really gain clarity. You can ask questions like, hey, if I go out tonight, is it like, how profitable is it in terms of fun, in terms of joy? How profitable is it going to be? If I get a 2 out of 10, I'm not going out. Like, I'm just going to go home. How profitable is it? And I'm going to hear it, or I'm going to feel it. Okay. So clairsentience is being able to clearly feel your feelings. And the light, again, you're working with the light, the stream of light, to come in and clear your stomach, clear where you feel, sense, and kind of know answers. Okay, it's really fast. Intuition is very fast. So we work with the light personally to become better intuitive healers. Okay, the ultimate healer, which is a quick live I made yesterday or the day before, is your heart. Your heart. And what or who heals your heart and fills it up? Meaningful connections with source, meaningful connections with friends, meaningful connections with nature. And obviously letting go, accepting, having faith and positivity, and knowing yourself, okay? That just does something to your heart where you become a match for these really fun A+ experiences. So your heart is now really all loving. You're able to hold someone through their fears, and you're able to hold someone through their pain and their projections, because you're really good. You're really connected vertically. You're no longer draining energy horizontally. You're grounded on the earth. You're feeling connected to your angels and guides and your higher self. And you're able to have like certainty instead of feeling like wobbly. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm here to do. Okay. So I use meditation to clear my energy. I use meditation to connect to my higher guides and angels to really, I meditate to connect to God. That's like my actual truth. And I'll maybe share a video. I did a video this morning of how I meditate to really connect to source. I connect to source. I connect to my guides, my ascended masters, my teachers. And then I connect to the light to also, there was one other thing I wanted to say about that. I clear my energy, I clear my chakras. I just feel like someone just came on and has a question. So let me see on Facebook. I connect to source, I release fear, and I project forward what I wish to create for my day. Yeah? Am I live in my stories? No, that's weird. If I can't find myself on Facebook, then I don't know where I'm live. Oh, here I am. Oh, there's 3 people watching. Okay. Any questions so far? And why is this funny? I keep going live with a funny screen. I need to fix that somehow. I don't know how to fix it. Sorry. That's annoying. Probably something I could do, right? Stream. I don't know. All right, any questions on tuning to source energy, letting it pass through you? What was the other thing I wanted to say? Working with clients. Yeah, I mean, obviously on a deeper level when it comes to healing, once your intuition's really sharp, you can actually go into people's energy field and their bodies and be like a medical intuitive, which is somebody who can actually see organs, you can see cells in people's bodies, and you can see what's going on. So super quick story on that, and I'm not a doctor. None of this is medical advice. Go get an actual doctor to look at you if you have any concerns. But this is how my intuition works when I look at pets or I look at people, and I go up to source and then I go down into, let's say, the pet or the person. And this one time I was looking at my son's grandmother. So my son's grandma, she lives in Las Vegas, and I was there with her little dog, Jackie. And Jackie was really ill. She wasn't feeling well. She wasn't eating. And I tuned into her body and I saw a really big black tumor. And she was a tiny little dog, right? So I pointed out to where the tumor was and obviously she had cancer. And I started crying because I've known the dog ever since my son was alive. So by then it was probably 8 years. And I told Lola, who's my son's grandma, I go, she's not going to make it. She has this big tumor. And she goes, well, I'll still take her to the vet tomorrow. And the vet literally showed her the scan. And my mother-in-law, my son's grandma, she's like, well, that's exactly what my daughter-in-law told me she had, right? So the vet was confused. Like, he's like, what is she talking about? But I was in there. She just relayed the story. So it's a really incredible gift to have, because you can see things, maybe, you can see things and understand things. Another one was my client's dog was getting really sick, and he was on medication that was really harmful for him, and his body just told me. And I relayed it to my client, and then my client decided to stop that specific medication with the vet's recommendation as well, and the dog was fine. So it was like a medication that was making his heart beat too fast. So we have these incredible abilities to see, sense, and know things that I don't think we, use enough as intuitive beings. So it all starts with your heart. It all starts with your ability to see, sense, and know energies beyond just being horizontally always connected. And this is something that's available to everybody, because it's a muscle that you just have to strengthen. You just got to use it. It's not like I didn't come in with these abilities. I developed them. I strengthened them. I took courses. I read a ton of books, and I really, really practiced a lot on really just hearing a thought, like, oh, I'm with a client, I'm with someone I was practicing on, and just being able to really pick up, oh, this is what's going on. This is what they need. And it makes it that we find where to go in packages and healing sessions faster. We just can tell what people need and what's going on, and kind of see the bigger picture. So yeah, I wanted to do a quick Zoom to really be more interactive with everybody, because I feel like I'm just talking to a screen, and I'm a generator as a human design, in my human design, so I love to be in response. So if you're interested and you want to hop on the Zoom call, just send me a DM, and we can do a group Zoom where I walk you through connecting to the light. You kind of can experience it. The light goes through you, deletes, that's maybe what I was forgetting to say. It will pinpoint where you're holding on to a lie in your body that isn't your truth. And then it will, yeah, Sophia, I'll tell you in a minute. That's a great question. Thank you. And it will go in and really help you feel the pain of the belief and be able to transmute it. Okay, so she's asking, how do we buy your CDs or download the audio? So there's a couple ways. The Aura Brightener is only 12 minutes, and I have it on my website. I think you just put your email and you'll get it, but I don't remember the link on top of my head. I gotta go look, because I moved my website around. So if you want, tonight or tomorrow, I'll send you the link. The CD is literally on Amazon, Spotify, and iTunes. So you can just go get it. And there's 2 CDs you can get. It's a chakra clearing CD, and they're both really, really powerful and beautiful, and they're recorded in light languages. So you're going to feel like when you listen, you're kind of going into this very magical trance. And it's not under my current name, it's under my spiritual name that it's Danielle Dove is my spiritual name, and it's called Meditating with Angels, and it should be on Amazon, Spotify, and everywhere, and iTunes. For simplicity, there's a root chakra clearing one, and there's a Meditating with Angels one that's for your chakras. And then the aura brightener is only 12 minutes, and I can send that over when I get back to the link. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as really moving through your chakras and moving through the light and really learning to practice, I'm absolutely open to do something like that and like to help people learn it and practice it. I even wrote a 70-page ebook on light work and how to work with angels and how to even understand signs and symbols and things. So I'm here for it. I just haven't really done any trainings on it because no one's really approached me for it. And my other principal activity is I use my gift to help women remove their blocks to selling their packages, right? So if you're like, you're like, I know I should be able to attract and manifest clients, and then so I help with that, so because this is maybe a little bit going into an even deeper level, but one of my gifts as a healer is I really help with prosperity and abundance, remove that with the light. So we work with the light to remove that on top of everything else that I do. And then we regulate your nervous system as well. So then you manifest the clients, and then I help women, I mentor them to know how to actually hold space during a discovery call and how to move into a conversation where that implies a commitment of several months from the other person, right? At least 3 months, which does a couple things. It helps you as a healer and as a therapist really regulate your own nervous system, because you're not wondering, is this person going to show up for their next session? They've already paid for it, most likely, or at least for the whole month, which really calms you down to really think further for that client, which helps you have more messages for them. So I have a couple new clients in France, and I had to tell them, I said, listen, you need to commit for, this amount of time, because then I'll be holding you, and I'll actually have clarity for you. Because here's the thing, you guys, I've been doing this for 15 years. Like, this is my only thing. I've never done anything else in 15 years, right? Besides being a mom. So I allowed this one friend who's a client in France. I said, okay, we'll just do one session. But it was kind of chaotic, because I was trying to literally put 3 months into one session, which is impossible for her and for me. When she'd still loved the session and committed to 3 months, I literally had the best session with her today. It was like, holy freaking Luya. Why? Because it's like her spirit guides and my spirit guides somehow connected, knowing she committed to 3 months. And we had the most powerful vortex of energy to facilitate her transformation. It's like I was being prepped for her transformation a week ago, knowing she committed. So this is kind of how I literally got to be so intuitive and awake as a conscious being. I have my days, trust me, you can ask my son, where I still have my moments, but it's because I committed to being of service, to helping people awaken and to help them move out of their pain, whether it's you're a therapist needing to sell your services or whether you're not and you're in pain about something else. But the commitment to be of service to people, and then they commit to you, allows you to actually elevate your consciousness faster, because now there's consistency and there's this is my gig, this is who I am, and this is what I'm showing up. Okay. All right, Sophia, you say I so need that. Were you talking about? I think you were saying that when I was mentioning the commitment from the person who finds you. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, divine love to me is what helps set me up to be really strong as a facilitator of healing, to then allow for everything else to flow, right? If I don't have divine love and my heart isn't in the right place, I'm not going to be magnetic. I'm not going to attract people, right? To want to be in my energy and to want to learn or whatever, manifest with me. So also clarity to get the clients. Yeah, and again, like I'm gonna be really direct with you, Sophia, but your questions, this is why I rant. I do rants sometimes. I rant. I'm an awake being who rants, okay, just so you know. Because even the energy behind your question shows me how far you are from where you want to be, which is where I get like mad at the system. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, you don't even know the question to ask to get what you want. So that means you're not even thinking the thoughts that would lead to the answer, okay? But yeah, she wants clarity to get the clients. So yeah, it's more about the question you want to ask is, how do I become the person who's already living the reality of constant clients? How do I be her? How do I align to the woman who is no longer seeking clients? How do I get, like the word get, I got to get clients. I got to get them. As if you're somehow going to catch, like it's fishing. You're not fishing. It's how do I become the woman who's already receiving consistently the most aligned, wonderful clients? She's a different woman. The woman who's not getting clients is over here in like feeling like she's stuck in that horizontal 3D, which I was talking about earlier, like 3D energy, like constantly having to do and get and hustle and and then this other woman who's like meditating with the light, she's in receptivity, she's waking up to the light every day and clearing her aura and deleting a lot of lies in her chakras. Yeah, so if you're very stuck, that means you're in your head, which your question came from your head. Clarity doesn't come from the head. Like, this is why I don't recommend meditating to clear your head, because you're just going to hate me. You're going to hate me. Like, why is Alex telling me to meditate every day? I don't meditate to clear my thinking. I meditate to connect to God's light and love, which regulates my nervous system, which helps me have stillness, which then quiets my mind because I feel safe. And connecting to source is going to bring you back to like a sense of feeling held and feeling helped and feeling guided. From that place, you make much better intuitive decision. That's the thing I forgot to say. When we're in fear, if you think of like a line, a continuum, like a line, let's say fear is over here, intuition is over here, okay? So I'm 100% intuitive over here, and I'm 100% fearful over here and 0% intuitive. So when Sophia says I'm very stuck, she's in the fear, probably trying to figure it out. She's in her head. The head has zero intuition. The intuition comes from your being, my love, okay? Intuition doesn't come from the head. The head is good for like, what's your address, what's your age, what's your phone number. The head just knows like facts. It remembers things like that. True guided, heartfelt intuition is in the body. So the body's going to be like, the body's going to receive your messages, but it's also going to receive a lot of your feelings. So we clear the feelings out. We use the light to connect to source to grow your aura. I mean, it's a lot easier to release. Hi, Amanda. It's a lot easier to release emotions when your body's not constricted, okay? It's a lot easier to experience intuition and stillness when your body isn't constricted. So meditating with the light, with connecting to the divine source of love is going to help. I don't know how to be a mom to 4, a wife, a sister, a daughter, and a healer at the same time. Yeah, love. So do you know your human design? If you're an emotional authority, either way, boundaries and rules and structure and systems, it's start with 12 minutes a day and cutting your cords and having boundaries. Yeah, I hear you, Sophia. So just starting with those angel meditations, like whatever you feel like the pool, go with the pool, okay? I don't want to go too much into reading because then I'm going to start giving you a lot more information. But what you're mentioning about being a wife and a sister and a daughter and a healer, these are 4 different archetypes with 4 different needs and thoughts and desires and fears. And if they don't know that they exist and they don't know that they can work together, what you have are 4 opposite forces, yeah? So it's hard to make any progress when the wife is like, don't work too much because you got to be there for your husband. Don't take on clients because what about your kids? You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to pull your energy back. It's all those horizontal lines, you guys. You got to suck them back in like spaghettis and be like, who's your authority? Like, who's your authority? Why I became such a fast, efficient healer right away is because I had one goal. I literally had one goal, and I had to do this or I would not be here today, but I gave my life over to God, like literally. And I was like, God, you got to use me today. Where do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? And I was no longer driving the car. And I think when we're trying to be good wives and good girls and good sisters, and we're not doing God's will, we're doing our will. And that's exhausting. Like, that's so tiring, you guys, because it's like, we'll never feel good enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we'll never feel good enough because we're trying, it's like ego based, and the ego is endless suffering, you know? So be very singular, like what can you put number 1 in your life that takes care of everything else. So for me, I was going to do God's will, which was not my ego's will, and it actually made everything else make sense, and it allowed me to be very singular in my focus, right? I'm going to pause for a minute and try to feel into anything else I could tell Sophia. Yeah, so it's really admitting that like we can't do it all, like admitting some powerlessness and connecting to a higher source, a higher power. And I was powerless to like stop a lot of addictive behaviors back before my kind of spiritual awakening. And the moment live in the and, yeah. Amanda's an amazing mentor and coach that I love so much. And she also had her come to Jesus moment not long ago, so you can tell, you know, I'm sure you have lots to say on the topic, but it's admitting powerlessness. Um, it completely removed all powerlessness and addiction and got me back sort of feeling guided. So anyway, I'm going on a long tangent about the light, but the light, connecting to the light, opens you up, expands your aura to get a lot of answers and to get a lot of clarity. So Meditating with Angels by Danielle Dove is my meditation CD. You can get it on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. And my aura brightener, I'll post the link to get you guys to leave your email so I can send you the audios. I have the aura brightener, and I have a bunch of other ones. You can just save them on your phone. Honestly, I have a playlist on my iTunes iPhone, and I just hit play, and it takes me back to the happy place of being connected. So I hope this was helpful. If you want to, I guess, do the Zoom, we could do a Zoom where it's more interactive, and I can guide you through also live. And I hope, Sophia, that was okay. I know you may have more questions than you have answers right now, and there might be more fears than you have faith. And I think it's about putting one foot in front of the other, and just connect upwards and trust your intuition, and come back and check in soon. Okay? Thank you to everyone who's asked me to talk about the light. I literally had 20 20 private messages of wonderful women who saw a post I left in a group and they all wanted to know about the light. So here we go. I showed up and you guys showed up. So thank you so much. I love you. I'm off. I got to go do my mommy role and go pick up my son, and I will see you at some point. Bye, ladies.